Hello, everyone. My name is Jagjit, and today we're going to cover a demo of a workflow automation for a very specific use case, which is blog writing. I know there has been a lot of hype in the market regarding automation, workflow, AI agents, and really it's my passion to be in that field. So a little bit about myself. I have been a software engineer. I have coded software for large automotive clients for almost 5 to 7 years. Then I moved into business operations. And then I spent about a decade in really leveraging technology to enable sales and marketing to perform better. So I've got the technical side of my experience, my business operations side of my experience, and now I feel this AI agent is one space, and workflow automation is also another space where I feel these two together can really benefit businesses, not only that are large or who have deep pockets, but it can really bring a very good impact even to small businesses as well. These are highly accessible AI tools. Yes, there is a little bit of coding and logic required, but then there is a lot of potential for a lot of these businesses to really leverage and scale their businesses without really scaling their headcounts. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a very specific use case for blog writing. I know blog writing has been at the forefront of generating SEO, organic traffic, and even for that matter, awareness for your business. So I'm going to show you and detail you some steps, some logic that is required in that, and how you can really leverage some of these tools and workflow automation for you to run your business. So before I even start, let me just go ahead and share my screen. I do use Relevance AI. Um, so let's get started with that. So here you can see Relevance AI. I really find it very intuitive, this tool. They claim it to be a no-code, but I think it's a low-code platform. You do require some technical skills, but really, the more control you want is when you will start to code more. It just gives you more control over your software or the agents that you're building. But if you're really not comfortable coding, definitely try out this tool. This is very easy to work with. That said, I will have a separate video on Relevance AI if you want me to show you a demo of what and how to operate that tool. So keep a lookout for this channel. This is my first video, and then of course I will be releasing other videos in subsequent order just to kind of, educate the larger masses who are interested in this specific space. So here you can see this is the Relevance AI. This is where we build our tools. Tool really is an automation. So you have a series of steps, but in these series of steps, I do use a lot of LLMs. In this particular instance, I am using ChatGPT 4o model. And then, of course, you have a couple of other logic that I have baked in. So just remember that workflow automation is going to be specific to your business case. It is not a one size that fits all. So, of course, you need good consultants when you work with them. Make sure they understand your requirements and then they bake the tool and automation. And if you're planning to add agents to that, they need to be really centered around your business use case and not a generic use case. So what you see on your screen over here on the left-hand side is really the steps that I have added to bake or build this logic of blog writing. So let me take you one by one. One is, of course, the user input itself, what is going to be the blog topic. And then that blog topic, of course, can be captured through the tool itself, or you can actually create a workflow. So what you could do is you could create a front end for it where either you send that blog topic through WhatsApp or you can send it through an email. You can connect it with your CRM. It depends on your workflow, how you want the blogs to be created, who is going to provide that topic. That logic can be built in. For now, just for this demo purposes, I am um, just capturing the blog topic here in the tool itself. Now, with AI, if you use ChatGPT quite often, you would have realized that, a lot of times its output is very AI related. So they have a lot of keywords related to boost, turbocharge, supercharge. You've got all these different words. It looks quite obvious that it's being AI generated. We definitely don't want to post blogs which are very AI centric, which I will be speaking in a short time in this video why you shouldn't be doing that. So for that purposes, I have this JSON object which really captures all that all those list of words. And then of course I pass that as an argument here, when in my blog writing logic here, so that because I don't want that included in my blog, so I just make sure that these words, I tell the program not to include it when you're writing the blog, right? And then of course here comes the blog topic. All right. So my first step is, of course, the content research piece. Blog writing is not easy, right? And you might have a topic, but then how do you structure the content? Um, what type of content is available? What type of insights can you draw from some of the content that's already available on the internet? So it's more like a research. Think about it as a research. You got a topic, you want to research as a first step, right? So my first is to actually research on the blog topic. So here I use an LLM. And so I use a very detailed prompt. I tell ChatGPT to, you know what, based on this topic, I want you to search the web, tell me all these top 5 articles based on its relevance. I don't want anyone's blog to show up in my research. I want those blogs which are doing well. What have they done right? So that's the type of research I'm looking at this step. So basically, I list out or I write a detailed prompt here on what it needs to be done, right? And then, so that's the first step. So I'll take a blog topic, I'll throw the output out. So let's just try this blog on gratitude, okay? All right, so let's run the first step, right? And let's see the output, what it gives, right? So now this is connected. So this is the Relevance AI automation tool, right? What it's doing is actually connecting to ChatGPT. It's running that prompt. It's running all these steps that I mentioned, these prompts, and then it's going to generate an output for me. So we're just waiting for the output here. And once that output comes, it should be in the format that I have mentioned here, which is overview of each article, article discovery, content analysis, right? Synthesis of the insights, right? And here you go, right? So this is the output that I have. So it's given me 5 articles based on how relevant it is and what's the engagement on those articles. And then it's giving me those top 5 articles and it's broken it down by title, publisher, publication day, key takeaway, right? So you've got all these 5 different articles, right? There you go. And then on top of that, based on my prompt, I also want an analysis for each of these articles. What is the writing style and tone? What are the main ideas and subheadings in these articles? Give me some unique insights and some gaps that you have observed in these articles, which we could possibly use to um, write our own blog, right? So basically, this is the research that we have, right? And it gives you a very detailed output here. So what I do is then in the next step, I say, okay, you know what? I have the understanding of the content research, or at least on the topic that I want to write, and what's available out in the internet. Why don't you run me an SEO analysis on this topic, right? So what it's really going to do is based on my prompt again here, and make sure to make your prompt extremely specific, because that's how LLMs work. You have to be specific. You cannot be general. The more specific you are, the more juice you'll get out of the LLM, right? So make sure those prompts are really detailed and specific. So based on my prompt here, what I have is, okay, keyword research, understanding, what are the search intents that the users are using on this topic? What are the primary keyword, long tail keyword? Some search volume and keyword difficulty, CPCs, related questions, competitor analysis, and then of course some key findings and summary, right, for this. So now we have 2 outputs. One is the content research, the other one is SEO research, and you can see these 2 have already been ticked off. Now, in my third step, of course, I'm going to create the blog. Now, the blog is, again, very specific. I have just said 100-word blog, but it could be 300. You know what? Let's do it 500 words. All right, marketing blog, conversational tone of this blog topic. So this is the parameter that I'm passing. This is the user input that I got, which is a blog topic as well. And then of course, use the blog structure and content ideas from content research. So I'm passing the output from the content research here. And then I'm also telling the LLM that to use the keywords from the SEO research. And then of course I have other instructions related what type of blog I want and what's the tone and all those things. All right, so let's run this step. Now, the blog that will be created here is going to be based on the insights from the SEO, from the content research, and then of course additional instruction that I passed in, and it's going to create that blog. So this blog is going to be a much more thorough and vetted blog than just providing a topic to ChatGPT and asking it to produce a blog, right? It's extremely um, specific and clear to your needs, right? What you need. So this is a blog that has come out. I think it's a 500 word blog. Yeah, it is. Okay, so once this is here, now here's the thing. Remember how I mentioned that there's a lot of AI words that get generated, a lot of the AI sentences get generated after a while, and we need to avoid that because search engine algorithms are accommodating to AI content nowadays. So, for example, Google does accommodate to, or it is able to pick up AI content, and it is able to down market or low score it based on its algorithm. So algorithms or search engine algorithms do not prefer AI content. So your content is not going to be as effective if you just were to post it that way. So what I do over here, I add another additional logic is to humanize it. Now, in order to humanize it, there are some other softwares that are available. One of them is called as undetectable AI, which I can show you undetectable AI. So this is the undetectable AI. I use this tool. They have an API for it, so I will show you how I've connected to this tool. What it does is it actually takes your blog and humanizes it and then based on that, it also provides you a score on how some of these tools that are out there that are there to detect your content and figure out if it's AI written, it'll give you a score on that and how much it is AI written and how much is human written, which I'll show you in a second. So way to connect to this is through API. API requires your Python coding. I'm using Python over here. So basically, I don't want to go into too much detail, but what you're going to do is you're going to post a response to the API, to the URL, which is to the undetectable AI. You're going to pass your credentials, and then you're going to listen in on it, and then you're going to wait for that API to provide a response. That response pretty much becomes your AI humanized content, right? So let's try this here. So now what this will do is, of course, it's going to take that blog output from the previous step from ChatGPT, right? And then it's going to submit that document to undetectable AI. When it submits a document, it provides you with the document ID, right? So now that has been submitted to undetectable AI, it's working on it, and it has provided you a document ID. Now you have to ping it, or you want to extract that document now from undetectable AI. You have to write another Python code, and you have to pass this document ID as one of the arguments, right? So, all right, so let's try this. Okay, so let's pull out that document. Let's see how that looks. Feared being overwhelmed by daily hustle and bustle. You're not alone in the modern world. So this is the humanized content. So it has humanized this output, which was earlier feeling overwhelmed by the hustle and of daily life. You're not alone when you are searching. Okay. Of course, things change from line two onwards, right? All right. Okay. So that's the output. Now I use an AI detector tool. So I will take this output that I have for the humanized blog, and I'm going to use the AI detector tool to figure out what are the scores that I'm getting from some of these tools? How much is it human? How much is it AI written? And what this is going to do is going to provide me a score. Uh, and that way I know that this content, how much of it is worth going out in the market. Okay, so here you can see the AI detection scores are in from score GPT 0, 100%. So the number means how much of it is human. So if this were to be 0, it would mean it's 100% AI or 0% human, but it's 100, that means 100% human. 100 here, 100 here. It's pretty much 100 across, and your total human score is 100%. That means it is 100% human written. So it's changed the wording, the syntax, it's made it in a way that looks like it's written by human, not AI generated, right? So now you have the score. My final output would be, hey, I want to post this on Wix. Now, there are two ways to doing this. One is I can connect another API to Wix, have it uploaded directly on its blog site. I will create a video for that later on, but just for today, I'm going to standardize this into a way where it gets shared in a content where I can just copy paste into Wix, and then of course add all the other details in Wix like meta tags, subheadings, titles, URL will be already listed here, and all I have to do is just open and click and paste, right? So this is what it does. It really just creates that output. And then, of course, the final workflow after this would be how do you want to share this, right? You can share it over email, you can share it over WhatsApp. Like I said earlier, you've got the tool here, which is the workflow automation itself, but the user input and the user output or the output are two interfaces that you can decide based on your business needs how you want to choose and connect with, right? So maybe the output can be directly to a Wix blog editor, or it can be over email or some other means to communicate. So the output for this really becomes like this. Here you go, right? It provides me the AI score here, and then it kind of breaks it down into all these different areas. And of course, the logic here is, let me just take you back to that, is the humanized blog post is this is the blog that we're using. I have made it very clear your task is format. Um, do not alter or rewrite the blog in any way. So I'm giving it instructions. Don't do anything to this, just the structure. Don't rewrite it. But then I say, for SEO purposes, use the SEO research that we did here, which was the second step, and then use that to really build on the meta tags and the titles and subheadings and what all. So here you go. It gives me all this. This is the recommended title. There's the meta tag, some tags here, URL, primary and secondary focus keyword, excerpt. This is something that you want to add when your blog shows up in search results, and some alt description for images. So there you go. So this pretty much is the final output. But like I said before, is not one logic will not fit for every business need. This is just a template. This obviously will have to be modified based on your business requirements. For example, one input I can think of would be to add a brand voice to it. Maybe you have a certain way of writing, your brand has a certain way of writing, the tonality, the type of words you use. That could be an additional input to this workflow, and that way the output is going to be more aligned with what you're expecting and your buyer and according to your brand guidelines. So folks, remember that it needs a lot of back and forth. It obviously needs to be aligned to your business use case specifically. Um, so yeah, I guess this is all from me today. Um, I hope you enjoyed the video. I have mentioned Relevance AI link in the video below. Do subscribe to my channel. I will have more videos coming out, which will help you to automate your repetitive task and really make your life easier and maybe even save some money. Thank you, everyone.